What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of La Liga Career Mode. This is episode number 4, and we're starting today's stuff with transfer deadline day, and with our budget of 2.4 million, I didn't think we would do anything on deadline day. Yeah, we just don't have the money, so what I did decide to do is put a couple of my centre-halves on the loan list, because, you know, right now we've got quite a few centre-backs, and the youngsters are going to need some game time. They're probably not going to get much of it here this first season, so for Raul Torrente, who we gave a contract extension to in the summer, I like the look of this kid. Solid player trait, you know I love that. 19 years old, 67 rated already, and some decent base stats. So I decided to loan him out to SC Braga, not going far, heading to the left and going to the Portuguese Primeira Liga. We'll keep an eye on him, see how he gets on. Again, I like his stats as well. 75 strength already, decent header of the ball, solid player trait too. So we'll keep an eye on him there at Braga and see how he gets on. And that was it. That was it for deadline day. Really quiet. And in the end, we spent 34.75 million in this summer window. But you look at the money we raised, basically the same amount. Yeah, we really did have a net loss of like, what, 2 million? If that? I mean, a crazy summer window, but we really did transform this side. We rebuilt a lot of it in season 1. And of course, we're not done yet, obviously. There's a long way to go. But the first transfer window to me, the key was very simple. Don't sign a wonder kid. Don't make it too unrealistic. No, just replace those aging players. Put yourself in rebuild mode and sign a few decent youngsters. Exactly what we've done. And I'm liking how the team is looking. Following that, we had a scouting update. We picked up a new player for our youth team, Cesar Navas, who to me looks like he could be a pretty decent centre mid in this team. Obviously, Villar right now, his potential range is now started to narrow a little bit more, and it still looks very good. 67 rated since we changed him to winger. Very excited about this young man. He will definitely get a pro deal not before long, don't you worry about that. But you look at the transfers here, as you can see, so many players in their 30s left the club. We did keep a couple of veterans like Carlos Bacca, for example, in the side for this season, but all the signings coming in were players in their early 20s and in their teens. And the reason being, again, very simple. We've got to build for the future here with Granada. And when you look at the team, and you compare it to the team we inherited when we first took over, it's actually a little bit worse. You know, we tell you, it's a little bit worse. Now, we're still a 4-star team, but only just. You take us down a notch and we're down to 3.5 star. So we've actually got a little bit worse with this Granada team based on ability alone. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. We've taken a step back, but we know for the future we've taken big steps forward because our team has much more potential and it's far younger. The average age of this team was just too old. We had too many players in their 30s. We had a 39-year-old striker. You know, we had to make sure this team got younger. It has, and yeah, I'm excited for the future. No doubt about it, because we have gotten worse. It is going to be tough to string wins together this season. It is going to be an inconsistent campaign in terms of form. I know that, and I mentioned it, and I'll say it again. There is absolutely zero chance we sneak into 4th, for example, in Season 1. But I wanted that to be the case. You know, I wanted this season to be a challenge. I wanted it to be difficult. And it has been a tough start this year, with our team getting slightly worse and only 1 win in our first 3 games. We've got a tough run of fixtures coming in September with these 4 games as well. It's going to be a tough first season with Granada, but it's exactly what I wanted. Keeping it realistic, that's the aim of the game, but also making sure we do have a challenge in the first season. No doubt about it, that is going to be the case. And for our first game of today's episode, this would be a challenge. Real Betis at home, heading into this game against a side who this year was so close to finishing in a Champions League spot. Had a fantastic campaign domestically in Spain, and of course narrowly missed out to Sevilla, but they're back in the Europa League for next season. So taking on a European side, Real Betis, heading into the game. Now, this is our second home game, and we did, of course, win the first one against Valencia at the Nuevo Estadio de los Camanes, but heading into the game, I really didn't fancy my chances of repeating what we saw against Valencia and picking up back-to-back wins. And we started the game off 2-0 down, 24 minutes in. Yeah, Vitinha bagged the second as Real Betis took a very early 2-goal lead, and defensively to start the season off, I've been very poor. No clean sheets in my first 3 games. I'm getting carved open very, very easily, and that trend looks as though it's going to continue for a while, I think. We had a good chance to get back in the game 32 minutes in though, and I thought, do you know what, if I can't defend, I've just got to go on the offensive and get those goals, you know, and put the pressure back on Betis. You know, we didn't score in the opener against Villarreal, but obviously 2 in both our last 2 games against Vallecano and Valencia, so I knew there'd be chances, and they were. I missed a good one through Darwin, but then soon afterwards, right before the break, a lifeline heading in to half-time. Jan Bryce Ateki, the Cameroonian holding mid, sent through one-on-one, smacks it home, it's 2-1, and we're back in the game. But unfortunately, the problem for me was that whilst I looked good when going forward and created chances, defensively, goodness, I was all over the place. Having said that, I will be honest here, this was an absolutely fantastic goal. Yeah, 50 minutes in, William Carvalho wraps off a brilliant little team move from Real Betis. That was nice, let's be honest here. Great passing and moving, one-touch football, and a good finish as well. That was really, really solid. And then 5 minutes later, now down by 2 once again, Willian Jose slipped forward, bends it past Maximiano, who possibly could have done better, but to be honest here, my defence was just letting me down big time. I really was all over the place. So Maximiano was thinking, Docs, can you just tighten up a little bit? Seriously, I was all over the place. 18 minutes to go, down by 3, game was done, but I thought at least if nothing else, keep on pushing, try and reduce that goal difference swing, because we know that could be crucial come the end of the season, based how tight the La Liga relegation race was this season. Granada only going down by a point, and we did get a goal back through Darwin. Missed a great chance with him in the first half, but a good strike there, bends one in, as our 2 goal scorers console each other at the full-time whistle. It turned out to be nothing other than a consolation. Final score 4-2, and you look at the stats here. I mean, it's kind of told the story really. We had half the shots of Betis, less possession, and their XG was far higher, no doubt about it. Vitinha and Willian Jose in this game in particular really did run the show. I got absolutely torn open. It was like a hot knife through butter, and I really was just all over the place defensively. But, you know, I mentioned it's a good thing, you know, because I shouldn't be shutting teams out game after game, picking up clean sheets here, there, and everywhere, because we're one of the weaker sides in the division. We are one of the worst teams in the league, and defensively, you look at our back 4 right now. Well, it's young for starters because we sold the senior players here, but also we got players who defensively aren't that great. I mean, Catena's come in, he's only 75 rated, and we've got Domingos Duarte, our Portuguese centre-half. He's 78 rated to be fair, but still not the very best. And then Carlos Neva's a young left-back, and then on the right side we brought in Sugawara, the Japanese international, who I talked about before. Really, as a right back, he's more than adept playing there, but I think what we've seen so far in the first few games, with the 3 assists he got in 2 games, is pretty clear he'd be better suited playing further forward. So it's not a surprise we're getting cut up and cut open very easily, but again, it's realistic, so I guess I'm not too mad about it. But big loss there to Real Betis, and I thought following game, can we get a simpler fixture? No. Barcelona away, the Catalan Giants at the Nou Camp. Heading into the game, I fielded quite a weakened side because we had Sociedad at home in midweek, and I thought I might as well not necessarily wave the white flag, but give some fringe players some chances, see how they get on. Yes, there are a few starters out there, but for the most part, a really mixed team out there. And a much changed lineup. Give some fringe players some chances, give some younger players some chances, and worry about the Real Sociedad game more in midweek, as we'll probably lose this game regardless of what lineup we put out. We trailed very early. Frankie de Jong, the Dutch midfielder, made it 1-0, and then soon afterwards he made it 2. Dembele was denied by Maximiano at the near post, but 29 minutes in, the second goal was coming, and there it was. Frankie with the finish, the former Ajax midfielder, doubles the lead. And I was thinking, how bad is this going to get? Because my defence is really, really weak as it is. I've not got a strong lineup out there, and I'm already 2 goals down half an hour in. But the thing was, and I talked about it in the Betis game, I can get a lot of chances. I missed a golden one very early where the flag stayed down. I thought my man was offside, so I bent it first time. Should have taken a touch. I thought it was going to be offside. He wasn't. And then soon afterwards, we were denied right before the break by Ter Stegen with another good chance inside the Barca box. Just couldn't convert the opportunity. And right before the break, it was a case of a first half of missed chances. We'd had almost as many as Barcelona, but I hadn't taken mine and Barca had taken theirs. Ferran Torres, a former Man City winger, makes it 3. Xavi is absolutely loving it, and I'm getting torn apart defensively once again. 7 goals conceded in 1.5 games. I really was just all over the place. But in the second half, I thought, I'm just going to keep on attacking because, you know what, I can't shut teams out. That's pretty clear. But I'm getting chances. I'm creating opportunities. I've just got to finish them. And just past the hour mark, the vet, Carlos Bacca, does give us a glimmer of hope and make it 3-1. He couldn't believe it, and neither could I. It's 3-1. We reduced deficit to 2. I just kept thinking, just keep attacking. Just keep attacking. If I can't defend, I've just got to keep on attacking Leeds United style. So 15 minutes to go, we're still down by 2. Soro goes down the flank, rolls it through to Rabba, off to Arezzo, and it's his second goal in 3, and the Uruguayan teenager boots it into the roof of the net. And I wanted to pick it up, but I couldn't. But it's 3-2, and I thought, here we go. Here we go. Can't defend, so I've just got to keep on going on the offensive and scoring. Nervy Barcelona fans will battle back from 3 goals down to cut the gap to 1. Could we pull off the impossible and claim a point? Sadly not. 4.5 minutes to go. Eric Garcia, just like Ferran Torres, the former Manchester City man, heads in from the corner, and Barca extend their lead back to 2, and that is the dagger. Final score at the Nou Camp, Barca 4, Granada 2, and I was so frustrated at the end of this game because I really do have to give myself a little bit of credit. Yes, defensively, I was shocking. 8 goals conceded in 2 games now, but the stats tell the story. I had just as many chances as Barca. The XG was higher as well, but I just didn't take my chances. Had Suarez been on the pitch, maybe it could have been a different result. You never know. But even so, my B team really put up a fight there in Catalonia. I just couldn't convert the chances I had to claim a point. And to be fair, battling back from 3 goals down away against Barcelona, and only, you know, having the dagger conceded in the final few minutes. That was a valiant effort there. Very resilient. Having said that, I might have won plaudits for my all-out attack style of play against one of the big boys away from home, but I didn't get any points, and that's what determines who finishes where in a league table. So, you know, positives are great, but if you don't get any points, it doesn't feel like a positive. So, back-to-back losses, 3 games without a win, midweek, Real Sociedad at home, and I thought, okay, alright, here we go. This, simply put, needs to be a return to winning ways. Very tough start to the season. 1 win in our opening 5 games. I really need to make sure I get another win here and my second one at home this campaign. Because we know away from home we'll lose practically every single game. But at home, I've got to make this ground a bit more of a fortress. And heading into the game, I was in attack mode from the very first whistle. And right before the break, I rested him for the trip to Catalonia. Luis Suarez comes back home and gets his 4th of the season already. There's no doubt about it. Us staying up this year and having a comfortable mid-table finish depends on the fitness of Luis Suarez. 4 goals in 5 games for the Colombian, and another one right there. So at the break, we led by 1, and I was thinking, okay, if we can stay tight defensively, pick up our first clean sheet of the season, it's a big win. But us staying tight defensively and picking up clean sheets isn't something you'll see a lot of this season, if at all. 5 minutes is all it took in the second half for Sociedad to get back on level terms. Adnan Januzaj, the Manchester United Academy graduate, put Sociedad back on level terms with a great finish through the legs of Jan Bryce Ateki, and they were looking for the Belgian in the second half. In the space of 8 minutes, Januzaj turned the game on its head, and the Belgian put Sociedad back on level terms and then in front. 8 minutes. 8 minutes is all it took for Sociedad to go from trailing to leading. And I was thinking, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because I just can't defend. I cannot defend to save my life. I'm staring down the barrel of 3 straight losses and back-to-back losses at home as well. But I knew I could get more chances and get more goals. I've just got to keep on attacking. And 68 minutes in, a lovely little team build-up. Saw Mila receive the ball at his feet and smack it home as well. Our number 5 rifles one in from close range for his first of the season. And we're back on level terms. Really topsy-turvy game in Andalusia. 10 minutes to go, and at this point it was all hands on deck. Sociedad were pushing for the winner, and I really did want to return to winning ways, but I thought, you know what, you just got to take the point at this point here. Sociedad are attacking, they're looking dangerous, they're creating chances. You've just got to be satisfied with a draw and 1 point on the board. So it was all hands on deck in the final few minutes. Maximiano made a great save with 9 minutes to go. We were still tied at 2-2. Sociedad throwing so many blue and white shirts forward into the box. I just couldn't get the ball clear, and as Januzaj picked it up, He dribbles around Montoro, rolls it through to Sorloth. Is it going to go in? No, it's off the bar. Off the bar. Jerome couldn't get it clear. Sorloth gets it back, shields off Jerome, turns his man and also the left back and turns it in from close range, and Sociedad, with 4 minutes to go, win it. And I just could not believe it. All hands on deck in the final 15 minutes. The ball hitting the crossbar after Maximiano made the save and it looped up in the air. And despite his heroics late on, we couldn't prevent Sociedad finding the game winner. Sorloth gets it. It's 3-2. It's another loss. It's 3 straight for Granada. And to be honest here, Sociedad did attack a lot in this game, especially in the late stage, and probably deserved to find a late winner, which they did. But it's a sickening blow for Granada. And our tough start to the season continues. No wins in our last 4 games. 1 point picked up from 12. 3 defeats on the bounce. And in our first 6 games, 1 win. But the most damning stat, 17. Let me say that again. 17 goals conceded. Only 4 points on the board. We're in the relegation zone. To put it plainly, Granada are in a bit of trouble. But I like it. I love the challenge. But that will end today's episode of La Liga Caruma, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you had, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you for the next episode where hopefully with Granada, we'll get a few wins on the board and get ourselves out of the relegation zone. Wishful thinking. Very soon.